This is Josh Brugger and Mark Gruner. I'm in Seattle, Washington. Mark, you're in Manila. You're in Manila, the Philippines. Okay. This is Greenbridge Consulting. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about creating using financial data to creating business success. Hey, Mark, can you, as a CFO and accounting person over there, can you tell us, ops guys, what three things we could use financial data for to increase business success?
Sure. I think Josh, first, thanks for having me. So yes, we're from Manila, and I'm actually in Manila right now. So three main areas that are critical is one is your profitability. You have to make sure that you know where you're going. For example, you really need to have a budget and a forecast, and you have to see where you're going on your budget and forecast. So when you start the year with any company, or before you start the year, you have to have a plan. Where's that company going to go? What is it going to, how much sales are you going to get? How much are you going to deliver? What's going to be the end product? Well, the thing is, Josh, as you make that plan, after 2 to 3 months, you have to see how you're doing compared to that plan. So you have to look at your forecast, and the way to look at your forecast is you look at your actual results and then you project those results till the end of the year. If you're not doing that constantly, I mean, at a minimum, if not every week, every 2 weeks, then definitely at a minimum every month. And that way you can start to make adjustments. So for example, if I'm planning to make 2 million in sales this year, that means I would need to make it close to 200,000 sales per month. If I realize for the first 2 months I'm only making 100,000 sales per month, I know that something's up. I got to figure out what's going on with our advertising. So you really have to have reports. Reports can gauge you where you're going. Another critical aspect of reporting is what's called cost benefit analysis. So for example, Josh, you might come to me and you say, hey, Mark, you're an operations guy, and you say, hey, I want to invest in this new machine that's going to cut our production cost by 25%. And you're like, it's the top model, blah, 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 and you really want to get it. So what I'm going to do with that, Josh, is I'm going to say, okay, what's the cost? Okay, yes, it's going to cost us $1 million. How much savings are we going to have for the next 6 years or 10 years? And does it make financial sense? We might come up with the numbers and we say, actually, there's going to be a payback time of 3 years. So the machine will the investment will be paid within 3 years. There will be an IRR, internal rate of return, of about 15%. We say, well, that's a great number. Let's go for it. So without this analysis, you might know intuitively that it's a good idea, but by doing a cost benefit analysis, we can see the actual IRR, and we can say, okay, with this rate of return, we know it's a good deal. So we can say, let's get the money available, and let's do the investment. So cost benefit analysis is another one that's really, really critical. And then overall, you might want to have the pricing strategy. So for example, when you set a price for a given product, you might be able to determine how many sales you get. But you might get more sales at a lower price, but how would you know which is your ideal price? So what we would do is look at the price elasticity model and be able to determine at which price point will you maximize your profit. So these are three main areas, all of which a good CFO will be able to help a business with. And in fact, any business that's running out there, if they don't have those three main areas covered, they're going to be losing the funding. And this is, as you know, we have a service called Remote CFO, and it's ideal for businesses that are earning between $500,000 of revenue and $3 million of revenue. So
Makes
yeah,
a
I
lot
think
of
those are really important
Makes
factors.
a lot of sense. And I would say, from an ops guy, like, you got to know, if you don't have a budget and you don't have a plan, it's very hard to know where you're at or where you're going. And it's also the same as true if you don't have those other things that you brought up. You got to know the sweet spot on a bat to hit a home run. You also got to know where you're going to price your product at How do you move that? And that better be part of your marketing plan as well, in your business, like you said in your first thing, your business plan. So again, thanks, Mark, for your appreciate that answer. If you have any more questions for Greenbridge Consulting, please go ahead and ask us at YouTube, and we'll get back to you as well. Thanks so much. Again, it's Mark Gruner and Josh Brugger from Greenbridge Consulting. Have a great day.
Okay, thanks a lot, Josh. Have a good day.